Since we don't want to get caught, we plan ahead, are we crazy or what? We plan ahead, are we crazy or what?
Self-reliance means saving money. It gives you the ability to do your own household repairs. Have you priced the cost of calling out an electrician or a plumber these days? You can do your own vehicle maintenance. How much did you pay the last time you just had to change your oil? You can grow your own food. For a family with one or more kids, that's probably one of your greatest household monthly budget items. And you can even try your hand at something like home brewing, making your own beer or wine.
So gardening and preserving your own food is some of the greenest things that you can do, because you're eliminating all that energy and waste that it takes for a farmer to load the produce onto his truck, and then the truck that goes to the processing plant, and the processing plant that goes to the factory if it's a pre-made food, and then the factory delivers it to the store, and then the store gets it to you, and then you've got to bring it home. So there's so much packaging and so much energy that's wasted if you know it's not something that's grown locally. Because even if you don't garden, you can buy locally, and if you know how to preserve that food where you can have it in your home at least for a year, and that eliminates so much of the grocery shopping, and you can save money, and ultimately, you know, like I said, that puts money back into your pocket. And then if you're buying locally, because I mean, we can't all grow everything that we need, right? If you're buying locally, you're putting money back into your local economy.
Self-reliance means being prepared. I'm not necessarily talking about the zombie apocalypse or World War III, although there certainly are people that prepare for that. What about something that hits a little closer to home? Bad weather, like a flood, snowstorm, hurricanes, tornadoes. What about a power outage? Are you prepared to be without your electricity for a full day or more? Or what about the loss of a job? If your income is suddenly cut in half or down to zero, are you ready for that?
One of my kids' favorite games is to go to the grocery store and read the packaging labels and read the ingredients that are on the packaging to see if they can pronounce the ingredients. And you know, that might sound like a fun game, and it is, right? It is, considering everything, and we're sort of jaded that that's what we're going to find at the grocery store. But gosh, isn't that sad? I mean, it just really is that's a game that my kids play. But you know, when you make something yourself, you know exactly what goes into it. And it's just really as simple as that. And then think of the possibilities, because you can put in it whatever you need. You know, whatever you want, sure, but whatever you need. You know, say there's some nutrition that you might need and more than another, or something that you really need to avoid eating. You know exactly what goes into your food when you make it.
Self-reliance gives you knowledge. If you know how something is made, you can shop better. You know what to look for, and you can tell whether something is good quality or not. If you're familiar with how an item works, how an item is made, you can hopefully repair it rather than replacing it with a new one and just throwing it away. And in some cases, you may even be able to make your own rather than going out and buying something.
Most people don't think of self-reliance as a power, but it really is, because the thing is, if you can make something yourself, you don't need what the other guy is selling. You can go home and make it yourself. I mean, it might be a little bit more convenient and faster to buy it right then and there, but it doesn't mean that you're going to be without, because you know how to do it, you know how to make it. And so that allows you to make better choices for yourself and for your family. And usually those choices tend to be greener and more sustainable and better for everybody.
Self-reliance gives you the confidence to vote with your pocketbook. If you don't like a company's corporate politics, then you don't have to do business with them. For example, if you're not a fan of your local big box retailers' overseas labor practices, then you've got the knowledge to be able to do it yourself and not give them your business.
A lot of people don't put value on tradition, but I think it's important, especially in today's society where we're scattered all over the country. And the thing is that tradition is what binds us to our parents and our grandparents and our children too. And those links are getting weaker and weaker, it seems, with every generation. But if you teach your child a tradition, and if it's helpful and useful to them, a skill, then that will link them to you and to your parents, and then, you know, the list goes down the line. It gives them a sense of who they are. And the thing is that, you know, doesn't it sound like a lot in and of itself, but over time, those links and those skills, they add up and they become part of their identity.
Self-reliance does not mean you have to live on a farm. We're not talking about cutting yourself off from society and doing everything for yourself. We're talking about giving you the skills you need to be able to do some things for yourself and not have to call somebody in to do them. You can be self-reliant and live in an apartment in the city, in a house in the suburbs, or even out on that farm.
You know, a lot of people tell me that they don't want to learn how to make bread, because if they start making homemade bread every day, they're going to have to do that for the rest of their lives. And the thing about it is, no, you really don't. But isn't it great that you know how? And I can't promise that your family will let you out of it, because, oh my gosh, homemade bread tastes so much better than store-bought. But the thing is that we all go through seasons in life where, you know, we might just not be able to do that every day. There's something else that we're working on, and that's just fine. You can pick and choose. It's not like you have to make bread or anything else every single day. But like I said, isn't it great that you know how?
Self-reliance does not mean you have to use old-fashioned tools. You can certainly use modern conveniences. For example, if you're making bread, you don't have to stone grind your own wheat and bake it in an outdoor oven. You can use your electric bread maker and your electric wheat grinder. But if you do know these techniques using the modern appliances, then you're able to use older tools if the need ever arises.
Being self-reliant does not mean that you are going to have to engage in hard labor every single day for the rest of your life. It does not mean that. And it goes back to what I was saying about the bread. You know, isn't it great that you know how to do these things? And the thing is, in this society today, you can pick and choose. You can pick and choose which things are going to have the biggest impact on your life, and you can learn those skills and make a difference in the way you live.
The best part is anyone can do this. We're open 24/7, rain or shine. We have short classes packed with manageable bits of information, and anyone can learn valuable skills in 30 minutes or less a week.
Anyone can do these skills. If I can do them, anybody can do them. I think one of the things that sets us apart from other platforms like YouTube is that we are always here and we listen to our community. We are always answering questions and helping when it's needed. And that's another thing, is that community, I think, is often missing from other platforms. And we are building a community where you can go in and start a conversation and we can learn from each other.